다들 오셨나요? 오늘 할 것은 디아블로4 티저 영상과 함께 최신 소식부터 알아보도록 하죠. 렛츠고! 먼저 알려드릴 소식은 이건데요. 해석하자면은 간단하게 레벨 99까지 100까지 도달할 수 있는 최소 시간이 150시간이라는 것입니다. 여러분들도 지난 오픈 베타에 플레이 해보셔서 아시겠지만 비교적 레벨 25까지는 상당한 빠른 속도로 레벨업이 가능했습니다. 약 180시간까지도 시간이 걸리는 것으로 보아 엄청난 엔드급 게임 컨텐츠가 존재할 것으로 예상이 됩니다. 다음 소식으로는 디아블로4 사양 공개 최소 및 권장 시스템 사양을 공개하도록 하겠습니다. 최소 사양으로는 지포스 GTX 660이면 됩니다. 그리고 매우 높은 사양, 최대 사양이죠. 풀옵션의 경우에는 3080을 끼시면 부드럽게 진행이 가능하십니다. 최소 사양부터 최대 사양을 볼 때에 많은 컴퓨터 유저들이 많은 플레이를 할 수 있는 폭넓은 사양이겠습니다. 비록 풀옵션을 돌릴 경우에는 버벅일 수 있다는 점 참고해 주시길 바랄게요. 다음 소식으로는 커마와 시스템 사양, 탈 것, 아이템 등 관련 소식입니다. 이와 같이 디아블로4 공식 홈페이지에서도 올라와 있는 상태이고요. 드루이드의 소환물이 언덕을 점프하는 장면입니다. 이와 같이 디아2나 디아3에 없는 시스템이 대거 추가될 것으로 보이는데요. 여러분들이 아시다시피 정복자 보드도 존재합니다. 정복자 보드란 간략하게 말씀드리자면 힘을 부여하는 게임 종반 캐릭터 성장 시스템이라고 할 수가 있겠습니다. 던전을 돌다 보면은 내가 돌 수 없는 던전도 있기 마련입니다. 그랬을 때 정복자 보드로 아이템의 능력과 그리고 패시브 스킬, 어떤 스킬의 능력을 추가시키기만 한다면 그 못 도는 던전도 손쉽게 돌 수가 있겠죠. 그리고 탈 것이라는 시스템의 윤곽이 점점 등장하고 있습니다. 여기 보시면 탈 것이라는 창이 따로 있는 것처럼 탈 것을 수집을 할 수도 있어 보이고요. 엄청난 아이템이 등장하였습니다. 이것이 바로 윈드포스인데요. 여러분들, 우리 디아2 유저분들은 윈포 너무도 잘 알죠? 디아2의 윈포의 경우에는 아마존 끝판왕 활이죠. 그런 것처럼 디아블로4에서도 로그의 끝판 전설템으로 등장할 예정입니다. 물론 아시다시피 디아블로3에도 존재했었죠. 그리고 캠페인 스킵 기능이 추가된다고 합니다. 이 기능의 경우에는 진짜 한국 유저가 너무 좋아할 기능으로 예상이 되는데요. 디아블로4에도 스토리 시스템이 존재하는데 그 시스템을 스킵을 할 수 있는 기능이 추가됩니다. 다음 소식으로는 디아블로4는 전세계 단일 서버로 운영된다는 소식입니다. 이와 같이 아담 플래처가 남긴 글을 유출을 했는데요. 오버워치2와 디아블로2 레저렉션과 같은 방식이라고 합니다. 그것은 즉슨 약간의 IP가 다를 수가 있다는 거예요. 그 대신 같이 하기라는 시스템을 통해서 같이 할 수는 있겠죠. 유저끼리는 바로 만날 수가 있다고 합니다. 그럼 다 같이 티저 영상을 보도록 하겠습니다.
For the shared open world, we want players to play their own way and have their own choice of how they're going to build their character.
Between all of our different systems, you can really create a custom character in ways that was not available in previous Diablo titles. When you log into Diablo4, the first thing you're gonna have to do is create your character. And those familiar with Diablo are gonna be very familiar with the screen with all the classes sitting around the campfire.
In Diablo 4, we got 5 classes. The Barbarian is your fantasy of a fierce warrior fighter.
The Barbarian is the weapon master of Diablo 4, being able to pick up any weapon, jump into the fray, and do really badass stuff with it.
They're very strong, they're very physical. They can take different weapons for different situations and use them to their maximum effect.
The Sorcerer is really your elemental mage. You have fire, ice, lightning. You can either focus on one or you can kind of be a jack of all trades mage and use abilities from all three.
They're a little more fragile than other classes, tend to be more ranged. The Rogue, unlike the Barbarian, they are a little bit more clever. They're very fast. They have the ability to imbue their weapons with different elemental energies, and they can modify them to do different things.
The Rogue has 2 different types of play styles. You have the ranged crossbow type gameplay, or you have the in-your-face daggers, poisons. You can lead the enemies into traps that have huge effects, more stealthy type gameplay. And the druid is really this shapeshifter.
When you cast certain skills, you change your form, what you look like and what you can do. They can turn into werebears or werewolves. If I cast a werewolf skill, I turn into a werewolf and I do werewolf things. If I cast like pulverize, for example, which is a werebear skill, I turn into a werebear, I slam the ground really hard. Fits the fantasy, it's pretty cool. They can also become masters of nature magic with earth and storm magic. Last but not least, we got the necromancer. They raise armies of the dead. They have different types of minions. You've got your skeletal warriors, your skeletal mages, and then your golem.
You have blood magic or bone magic that you can also take advantage of and tackle combat that way. If you've played a previous Diablo game and you enjoyed a certain play style, you can actually bring that into Diablo 4 or just try something completely new.
No matter which class you play, there's going to be multiple different avenues and fantasies that you can chase.
You can customize your character in ways you've never been able to before, with near-endless character creation and transmog options.
In previous Diablo games, you had to be attached to certain archetypes and look a certain way. And in Diablo 4, it's really up to you how you want your character to look.
You'll be able to choose from different facial structures from people all over the world. No matter where you are, you'll be able to say, hey, I can actually make someone that looks like me or looks like someone from my part of the world, which we're really proud of. You can pick a hairstyle for your character, and every class actually has a specific hairstyle that no other class can use. You can pick your eye color. We have some really fun ones. We have eye glowing, we have a bloodshot type eye, and then you can actually pick a marking, which is a tattoo or a design that covers your entire character, and there are dozens of those.
Transmog is the idea that you can take a piece of gear and change the appearance of it to look like a different piece of gear. As far as aesthetics, the sky's the limit. However you can think of making your character, you can make it that way.
Everybody's going to look completely different in Diablo 4.
One of our pillars for class design in Diablo 4 is this idea that we want players to play the way that they want to. When you first start the game, we introduce you to the idea of the skill tree. As you level up, you get access to these different skills or passives or upgrades to make your character more powerful.
Each category has a few different skills that are all similar. They're either all defensive or all offensive, all ice or all fire. You can either focus on a very specific section or you can pick and choose.
The first skill point when you unlock a new skill is going to give you access to that skill. After that, you can put additional points into any skill that you have, and it's going to make it better, whether it increases the radius or adds some new effect or reduces the cooldown through some special way.
You can actually branch out in a very different direction, even if two characters actually started at the same place. The Paragon board is a late game system that once you've completely filled out your skill tree, you think you have a build, it will really let you delve into the theory crafting and the depth of Diablo 4's skill system.
And these boards, they can move through them, spending their
이와 같이 공식 유튜브 디아블로4 채널 티저 영상이었고요. 또 다음 영상에 또 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 안녕.